I got to get your take on battle rap right now. I know we're on 2 hours and counting, but I gotta get your take on battle rap. How it's, it's corporate, it's mainstream, it's very still very gutter, very brutal.
Yes.
URL, shout out to them. But it is very mainstream. It's not it's different now. What's your take on it?
Well, of course, anything that's successful is going to be, snatched up by the mainstream and turned into something else, turned into a product, so to speak. But no, the rules are still the same. At least what I'm seeing, I don't really watch battle rap much, unless it's a real battle. Sometimes you get these premiere battles, they're advertised. I'll go take a look at that real quick. But this is really a way in which artists who you're not going the corporate route. You battle your way to the top. You battle your way to stardom. You challenge the other MC. And what's interesting is that this is original. Part of the original hip hop culture. I should say this is original rap. This is original MCing. It was called the Dozens, and we would get anything really on a street corner and just try to verbally disrespect each other. And the point was that, again, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So you had to be standing there while I do diss you, your family, your mother, and then you had to hold your composure. And when it was your turn, you let them have it. Right. But these were the rules of battling, and I'm glad to see that brothers and sisters today are still following the same rules. Yes, it gets gutter. Yes, it gets that. And sometimes fights break out. I frown on that. I look down on that. That when, sometimes these battles happen and then dudes want to fight. You're getting emotional. Yeah. And you're going against the rules, because the rules is the reason we're doing this is so that we don't have to put our hands on each other, so that we don't, arrive at the undisciplined level of I'm now going to beat you down and we got beef now and all of that. No, it's rhymes, and may the best rhyme win. So it's like any kind of sport. This is a verbal jousting that we're dealing with in that sense. So I mentioned the battle because back in the 80s and 90s, you could get shot for saying the wrong thing to somebody, thinking you just call somebody's name out because you think you a fly MC. No, you'll get punched in your face. So he had to come out with some sort of standards, and we did. We came out, we said, look, we were the premier battle MCs of the 80s and the 90s. We was running through crews crazy because we had a certain style. The hip hop reggae style alone must have demolished at least 50 groups that I could remember. Guys. But I'm all people always running up to me, yo, Chris, spit a rhyme, or I want to battle, this kind of thing. And so, I toy with people. I had fun with it. But back then it wasn't no fun. It was like, no, dudes run up on your crew, and you actually had to talk your way out of a situation. So it was like, no, what we're gonna do here is we are at the top of this field. So when you're at the top of your field, that's when you lay down law, rules, and regulations. When you're at the top. So when we was at the top, we did this thing called Blaze Battles. The Blaze Battle, we did one on HBO. One of the first times battles was even played in the mainstream setting. It was called Blaze Battles on HBO. And we was doing that. And so Vibe Magazine and the Source Magazine, they were the ones that was hyping the Tupac and Biggie battle. And Tupac and Biggie was like the pinnacle of it, really, right there. There were other little battles going on around and little beats, little scrimmages going on. But Bad Boy versus Death Row. Bad Boy versus So that was sort of the pinnacle of everything that was going on under all of that as well. And when that was going on, we were saying, yo, somebody gonna get killed. We can't just keep hyping beef without also bringing the peace to it, without bringing some sportsmanship to it. Let us see us shake a hand after the beef. Let's matter something, you know, and dudes didn't want to hear it. You know, again, you just trying to set rules for hip hop. Oh, you trying to being too preachy. Oh, here's KRS again. So it was like, you know what? We're going to set the rules regardless. And whoever wants to save their life, go ahead and hear the advice. Sure enough, Tupac gets killed, Biggie gets killed. And it's like, wow, really? Over rhyme? Really? Right. So it's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. So Keith Clinkscale met with me. Keith Clinkscale met with me and said, what should we do about this? He was the chief editor of Vibe magazine. He said, yo, what are we going to do about this? I said, yo, you got to start a whole new magazine and a whole new campaign on battling, how we are supposed to be coming at each other. And we did. We did the Blaze battles, and we did it on HBO, and then we did it further. Kid Capri had battles. This is the early days. Kid Capri had these dudes. I can't remember all the names. Yeah, but it's you know, all the major stars, the legends in the battle world right now. Kid Capri was dealing with these dudes way back when nobody was doing nothing. And I used to see dudes come up, battle. We used to judge some of the battles and do it like that. So now you have the URLs and you have the World Star, you have these battle places like this. And I'm glad to see that it's not about I love the sportsmanship. Yeah. That when people actually spit they rhyme, you know, it's no disrespect, you know, and I hear dudes talking about me. Like sometimes I'll be listening and dudes be like a KRS. I'm like, yo, wait, dude, hold up. Like, yo, don't put your hand in the fire, okay? Right. You know, but as an MC, you listen, you be like, okay, how did he put the word math together? How did that syllable go down? When did he choose to hit him with that line? When do you? And if you're an MC, you know all of this. You see, you know how the dude getting set up right now. You see how he gonna come back. You see what it really is. And so for me, it's like the battling today. I see myself as a little above it. In that sense, only because I'm in my 50s now. I don't really see myself battling, you know, young kids and all of that. You know, I don't really see it. But let another 50-year-old act like they want to see KRS, even 40, even 30, okay? Act like you want to come over here. I got something for you. Okay? I got something for you. Okay, but
I got a story for you. I got a story for you, though. A young rapper who shall remain nameless, one time he said, hold on. What did he say? Hold on. He said, I live for the beef. Wait a minute. Wait. What is it? Wait. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. I live for the beef. Oh my God, I just had it. Now I lost it.
Paraphrase. What did he mean?
I live for the beef. Oh, I know it is.
Oh, Bobby just froze. No, Chuck just
froze. Shoot, my fault. You there?
Yes, I'm back. Yes.
A young rapper who shall remain nameless said, I live for the beef, and when there's none, I live for the beef, and I don't need no blaze battle. But some, if there is, I raise cattle. I can't remember, but I have to show you. I always do this every time I see you, but I gotta show you this picture when I was in college, and I opened for Krs-One, which was the highlight of my career as a rapper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a resume right there. You just flashed a degree. That's a degree.
Yeah.
Right there.
Couldn't tell me nothing after that. I think I was like, oh, I'm done. I've reached the pinnacle. I opened for KRS-One.
What year was that? What year was that?
This is around about 94, 3.
Wow.
Yeah, man. But it's funny you mentioned the Blaze battle because at the time I was like, I don't know about these Blaze battles. Yeah, you know, I said I don't need that. We going hard right over here.
Right.
You know,
right.
but
right.
nah, that's. By the way, let me state this as well. One of my good friends is now the president of Delaware State University. Okay, he is the president. And he wanted me to tell you that he is your biggest fan, my man Tony Allen, right here. This is Tony Allen. Wow. He's in government. He's at the highest levels of education, and he made sure I told you that because he's a man of respect. But back in the day, we were in that crowd.
Yeah. And see, this is what I mean. You're taking me back to the nation building part where, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We don't need 100,000 people. We don't need 10,000 people. You just need the right people to hear what you're saying. And it's like, here's the brother right now, president of the college we used to go, the university actually, we used to go to and get it in at. And the brother became the actual president of that. Now, multiply him by the nation.
Yeah.
You know, even Kamala Harris, what, she don't know KRS-One? Of course she do. You know, she didn't grow up a Public Enemy? Of course she did. You know, like, you know, so it's like, take a look at, again, what hip hop can become, what hip hop, really what hip hop is right now. If everybody who said, yo, I've been to a KRS lecture. I've seen a show. I know what it is. And wherever you are in your world, you just say, you know what? We're going to make hip hop what it is right here. Like, and not to blow homie up. We're just talking about him right now. But at Delaware State, as the president of the college, oh man, he could start that hip hop course. I'm quite sure they have a hip hop course there as well. But you know, he could turn the volume up, you know, in a way that other universities have to check and take notice, and you know this kind of thing.
Hey, he might be able to get that sovereign city. He's working for Biden. He's working with Biden right now. I'm gonna call Tony after this.
You need to go ahead and have that conversation because that people like that is the ones who will get the city. They can even articulate. They be like, oh yeah, right, a city. Here's what we need to do.
Right, definitely.
Start bringing the plumber in, and it's what it is. You know, so it's like, right, and this is exactly what I am talking about. And this is why I say, yes, I advocate for African American sovereignty first, but our people got to argue that first. We got to argue on that. Hip hop, it's clear, okay? A new city for the arts, okay? We call it Hopia, and it's a city for the arts. Anybody around the world, you could come and visit. Anybody could visit the city, but to be a citizen of the city, which means you're gonna pay tax on the city. You ain't robbing nobody. You ain't lying. You ain't cheating. You ain't shooting. You made a commitment to the city, and you said, "Yo, this is why I want my kids to grow up safe. No police, no none of that. We gonna live on a higher level of civilization." I believe we're ready for that right now. I think we're ready for that right now. And it's people like you, me, homie over at college, season it with a little sea salt and a little 50-cent pepper and a little somebody else garlic, and we got something to eat. You know what I'm saying? We got something to eat. You know, anybody who could build a stadium, you know, speaking to JP, if you could build that or be part of the people building that stadium in Brooklyn, you could build a city. You could build a city. You have the means and the contacts to go ahead and build the city. Me, I'm a poor righteous teacher. That's it. And my job is to give the ideas. That's my role, to give the idea. This is where we should be going. This was going to help our kids. This is what's going to preserve the culture. This is what's going to make us all wealthy. Okay, this is where we are. And I spend my time doing that. I spend my time reading and writing and doing all types of craziness in that regard. So this is what I bring to the table. But it's not just me. It's not about me. It's about us, all of us.
Yeah,
everybody. We all got to realize, yo, you know what? KRS might have been the first one to say it, but I am hip hop.
Okay? Yeah. Definitely.
To yourself, okay? Right. I am hip hop, and here's what hip hop is going to do today, okay? Right. And you go straightforward, whether you chief of police, whether you, I mean, today I'm getting keys to cities, right?
Right.
This latest thing with KRS. I didn't even talk about my books, but the idea is,
right.
We're 2.5 hours in. Look, the point of the matter is that right now I'm getting keys to the city, right? And it's like, and I'm looking around and I'm saying, like, the latest one I got was South Carolina. Sometime a couple of months ago, South Carolina. I think it's not Charlotte. Was it Charlotte? Say again? Yeah, it was Charlotte, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Charlotte. I should just go get it and bring it so I can read it. But the point of the matter is South Carolina honored KRS-One,
okay,
with a key to the city, key to one of the cities, and I was blown away at the level of respect. Like, for instance, it's like, the mayor comes out and he says, it's like he comes out and he says, I have criminal minded. I have by all means necessary. I have entertainment. I was at your lecture. Right. I was over here to show that you, and this is the mayor now. This is the mayor of the city.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the mayor of the city. And now he says, yo, you get the key to the city. Now, right next to him is the chief of police. Now, this is the guy who made Sound of the Police, Black Cop, who protects you. Okay, they're not looking at oblivious. Okay, they're just like, the black chief of police is there, and he's like, yo, I need a picture right now. And he's like, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police, whoop, and he's the cop. He got a badge on, hat, whole thing, and he did like, yo, I'm getting this picture with KRS right now, and it boom, and they giving me the key to the city, and I'm like, you know what? This is hip hop. This is it. If we could somehow unite, if I could unite with that police officer and he with me and we with the mayor, then the three of us with allhiphop.com, and then the four of us go to Delaware State, and we just idea. Yo, we're gonna protect what we made. This is our heritage, our lineage. This is our culture. We could protect and develop what we made, what we came up with.
Yeah.
And I implore anybody down with hip hop. That's why I mentioned these other artists as well. Big respect to them. I speak their name and no disrespect. I'm not challenging nobody, nothing. I'm saying in truth, okay, in truth, okay, money is not the issue here. This is not about a money issue. This is about your means and who you know and who you could call and say, yo, what about this and what about that? It's not about the money, but you have to have a certain amount of money to be in a certain area to even be able to talk to these people. So it's like, I say those with hip hop, those in hip hop, those are the real citizens of our culture. If you got money, if you say, yeah, I'm doing good, you know what I'm saying? I'm worth 400 million. I'm worth 300 million. I'm worth 50 million. I'm like that. If that's you, okay, forget your money. Talk to the people around you. Talk to the people around you. Talk to all those people who are making money on you. Talk to those people and say, here's what my people need. If you want to continue to make money on me, Here's what we gonna need. And not just, I'm threatening you saying, yo, if you want to make money on me, you got to do something with hip hop. No, this is a business deal. If we're gonna continue to eat from this culture, we cannot treat it like a music genre. We're gonna have to start treating culture like culture, not just, oh, this is some good music. I put a nice album out. And all artists, albums don't do nothing. Okay, this is what it is. You hear the album, it's out for a minute. This is what it is. And people listen. And most of these albums are free. You know, you put your album out, people get it, or you just put it out for free. And people are listening to your album. So it's not about, you know, I'm platinum, I'm gold, I'm this, I'm that. Or I didn't. I only sold 10 records. I only put out. None of that matters anymore. We're 50. We're 50 now. None of that matters. None of that matters. What matters now is, can KRS link with Future? Can KRS link with T.I.? Can we connect on some level? And it's not about you or me. It's about our children. They have to rest upon a legacy. They got to rest upon something strong. And if we as men don't come together, and women, don't even, another 3 hours on motherhood here, okay? I'm not even gonna go there. Okay. Let me just keep with adulthood. Let me just say adults, okay? We as adults, okay, if we're not setting up something for these kids coming up right now, it don't matter how much worth you got. You and your kid and me and everyone listening to us right now gonna be in the old folks' home broke. Okay, don't matter about your money right now. Wealth is hard to hold on to. It's about income right now. Nothing. It's about income. How much are you making daily? Every day, are you making money? Every week, are you getting money? Every month, are you getting money? What is your stream of income? What's coming in? And hip hop is facing this right now with the COVID, and nobody could tour and nobody could do anything. Sitting here, I know some hip hoppers are struggling right now. Got to live off other people right now. Got to loan, borrow, do things you don't want to do. But the problem is that, and there's two problems with this. One is that we're not unified, and that's the part that hurts my heart. It's just this, you know, if you want to battle KRS, just say disunity, and I'll be like, oh God, don't say that. I'll be like, oh, you won the battle. That's it. I can't. I'm just crying in the corner. You know, that's you know, one word, disunity. You know, this is what's killing us right now, and literally killing us. Because we have the wherewithal to alert our community as to what they should be doing during the pandemic. We should come out with a Dr. Fauci. We should have our own medical teams and maybe come up with a cure. You know how dope hip-hop is? That hip-hop is so dope that if we put our minds to it, we'll come up with a cure for this coronavirus that's right in your refrigerator or in your cabinet right now. This is the power of hip hop. If we would just say, okay, like the medical minds or our chemists' minds, we say, okay, what the coronavirus is, this is what then our experts come up and say, okay, we heard Fauci, we heard the government, we heard all of this. Here's what we found. We found that if you cut a tomato and splice it with an orange and put a little orange, something else on it, and eat this, and you're cured. Could you imagine what that would mean to the world if hip hop had its own cures? Had its own cures. Say, listen, we know you can go get the shot, you go get vaccinated, this, that, and the other, but why don't you go ahead and sip that oil of oregano? Why don't you go ahead? Why don't you go ahead and get that echinacea in you? Why don't you go ahead and drink that golden seal? Why don't you lift up the immunity of your own body and really be able to teach our people how to be safe and to keep their parents safe? Because that's what the coronavirus is doing, is killing our ancestry. And that's what's going on. right now. The old 80% of the people that are passing from this disease is older people over 65. And the majority of them are Black and Latino people and Native Americans. So it's like, come on, hip hop can't say something. We can't say something and say, now, wait a minute. Here's our advice. Drink more water. Do this. Why hip hop can't say, wear your mask? Why we got to listen to these other people tell us to wear the mask? Hip hop may have something else. They say, no, it's not about a mask. You know, maybe come out, you know, that we come up with and you could do this too. So I say all of this to say that this is how important our time is right now. This is how important it is that we have to unite in 2021. We have to unite. And it's not about us. We got to put all our petty differences aside. We got to put what we think about each other aside. All this criticism and slandering of each other's names and all that. Now, all that got to go, because the only ones that are going to suffer is our children. This is who is going to suffer from us being ignorant about our power today. So we are the first. We are the first of our kind. Hip hop is only 48 years old. Start from Kool Herc, 73. We 48 years old. Okay, hip hop is 48 years old. And it's like, I'm not going to give you the whole astronomical part of it, but we track hip hop in stages of 60. In stages of 60. Every 10 years, 81, 91, 91, 2001, 2001, and it goes back further than that and so on. So I can get into this another time. But the idea is that when we was putting hip hop's culture together, when we was formulating it, we looked at astronomy, and we looked at the 26,000 year cycles. It's a 26,000 year, 260,000 year, and a 2,600 year cycle that the universe seems to be on, and hip hop is following that cycle. We detected this because over the last 50 years, we've been watching time. We've been sitting here just watching time for 50 years. And we've done this for 50 years. This is the work of the Temple of Hip Hop. We've watched time for 50 years, and we're coming up on the 60th year. And what we call it a secret, but we talk about it openly. But the secret is that when people say, oh, hip hop is too commercial, or hip hop, the corporations took it, or hip hop is not what it's supposed to be. You're right. You're totally right. But here's the part that we all have missed. Hip hop has not even begun yet. Hip hop as music has already been tainted. People put out anything and say it's hip hop. Okay, so that's the music. But the culture of hip hop, the energy that creates the music, the culture of hip hop hasn't even begun yet. Okay, the real culture of hip hop begins in 2033 or 2031 to be accurate. It begins around 2031. That's the 60th year period from 1973. That's when hip hop becomes a global phenomenon by way of the universe. We can't stop it. It's not going to be about it. You're just going to see things happen. And this is how it's going to go down. But you got to watch the stars. You got to watch the stars. You got to know how to read. You got to do all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. So we're looking at that. That's why I say, don't be despondent over what hip hop looks like today. We set these corporations up. And that's what we did from 1989. We knew what hip hop was going to be in the new millennium. We know what it's going to be in 2025, 2023. And that's why we do 2033. That's why we do the work now. We do the work now, and we wait, because we know our culture has to grow up. You know, when we did the UN, when we was at the United Nations, we knew that our people didn't understand what we were doing. They didn't get it, and you're not supposed to. You get it whenever you get it, you know, but those of us that do know, those of us that do build cultures, and those of us that do know what the ancestors are saying and the meaning of our lives, the meaning of why we're here, we can't shirk our responsibilities. So when 2001 came, we made sure that hip hop was in alignment with the universe. And we went to the United Nations, delivered the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace. which we're coming up on the 20th anniversary coming up in 2021. It'll be 20 years of the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace. And every 10 years, we look at the document, and we look at the document, we look at our culture, and we say, is hip hop mature enough for this? And right now we're looking, and I must say that we just had a conversation about this the other day within the temple, and we were saying that, no, hip hop has matured. It's not fully there yet, but there are people who realize now, who in the past couldn't see it, like hip hop is culture. What is he talking about? This is music.
Right.
You can't raise no family with this. You can't go to school with this. You can't do nothing with it. It's just music. But we knew that hip hop was so much more than music.
Yeah.
And so we go ahead and we say, let's just do the work that our children are going to need in the future. Now, it's 2021. And our children now, if you're a new 20-year-old, you're a new 20-year-old, you're 22, you're 18, you're 25, okay? You just came on the planet. Here you are, okay? Now, if you say, I am hip-hop, I love this culture, this is what it's really all about for me. You 20. You say, I got rhymes, I get this graph, I don't even know why I'm doing all this. I just feel it. This is what it is. Now you have a foundation to stand upon.
Right.
Now you say, wait a minute, somebody come up to you and say, you know what, hip-hop is all about bitches and hoes and these gangsters and drug dealers, and that's all your culture's about. You ain't shit. That's how they're gonna do our children.
Right.
No, you can say right now, I'm with that gangster shit. I know what it is. I see what it is. But we also have to stop the violence movement. We also have all in the same gang. We also have Human Education Against Lies. We have 100 books on hip hop, thousands of DVDs on hip hop. We've been to the United Nations already. We've also been to the White House. We got all kinds of citations. No, there's a whole nother piece to this culture that our kids can stand back on and say, okay, right, wait a minute. I know it's this over here, and I enjoy this over here. I like this over here. I ain't giving up none of that gangster shit over here with hip hop. We love it, okay? But we also know that hip hop is not just this. It's also this.
Right.
And this brings the balance. Right. And this is the point, and this is the challenge to all of these radio stations and all of these corporate entities that's using our name and then criminalizing the culture. Using our name. I'm not going to call names out right now. I'm itching to call a few names out right now. But believe it or not, I have letters out. Right now as we speak. I have letters out to the CEOs and some of the presidents and program directors of the major stations that I think are influencing what hip hop is thinking. I just put letters out in January saying that your use of you're using the word hip hop, and hip hop is a culture. It's a specific group of people. It's a specific thing. You can't just say Dinky Doo is hip hop. If you're going to use our name, at least use our name correctly. Now, so far, some of these corporations have actually responded to me in email and said, we'll get back to you. We really want to look into this. We're concerned about this. We want to, so I'm not calling anybody's name, but I will say that just think about the stations you listen to, the national stations you listen to, and the national video shows you listening to. We have letters out to them right now because in 2021, we know that hip hop is going to rise. This is the last 10 years of us. This is us right now. It is these 10 years that we're now going to come into ourselves now. We're now going to come into ourselves. And we got to guide our youth. We got to let them know it's about peace, love, unity, and joy. Right. It's about your health. It's about your awareness. It's about you getting along with your brother and your sister. This ain't about dissing women. We don't care about all that. Our women are sluts. Okay? And everybody loves it. That's it. It's nothing else to be said. Now, there's another woman that's in hip hop who's speaking the raw knowledge and trying to show you what motherhood is all about. Let's raise her status up too.
Yes.
Why do we gotta downplay her and raise up this one? Okay, so you say, oh, this is all hip hop is about. This is what hip hop's women are really about. This is what it is. So young girl looking and say, I'm aspiring to be hip hop. This is what I'm looking at to be hip hop. Now that's half the truth. That's half the truth. Okay, that's half the truth. You look at the TV and you say, wow, you know what? I think I want to look like that. Okay, but when do you get a chance to see an intelligent Latino woman in your face? Or black woman? Or white woman? Any woman, right? When do we see any woman on national major TV, intelligent, disciplined, and all the rest? You know, wise, charitable, forgiving, you know, these attributes, you know, when do we get to see that woman? Because she's out there. I talk to her all the time. You know, women that like this, and they wondering why we got to look like that on TV. Right. Well, it's because we're not unified. We're not unified yet. You know, once we become unified, that's what I'm saying. I'm the first one with my finger up. I'm the first one. I hope everybody out there know. Okay, I am critical. Okay, I am critical.
I heard it on the album.
Yo, I hardly agree with anything, okay, that's going on right now. Anything, okay, nothing. It's hard for me to be like, yeah, that's what it is. You know, no. But even in that criticism, I'm going to have to expand my consciousness to include those that are not like me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like me, right? And I can't be like you, but can we meet somewhere? Not for you, not for me, but for our children. We got to leave them some dopeness. We got to leave them the craziness. And we the first. This is the point, is that we are the first. Kool Herc is still walking around. Yeah. Okay? The Furious Five, Zulu Nation. Come on, these dudes are still out here. Mm-hmm. We can ask questions. You know what I'm saying? They're still, but they're not going to be here for long. Yeah. Shout out Shabadoo. Shout out, I can't even go through the list. So many people. Houdini.
Ecstasy.
I mean, we're just with we was just there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, we can't. This is literally life and death. Right. There's no need for us to be arguing amongst each other, slandering each other's names, disrespecting each other's legacies. Right. There's no reason for that. What we now need to do at the 50 level. Okay, now that was all good for 30 and 20. Okay, we got it in. Okay, that's what it is. But now at the 50-year-old level, it's time for the competition to end and the cooperation to begin. Okay. And this is going to help our culture. This is what's going to move the culture forward, because our children have to stand on a strong legacy. Everybody else, kid, is going to stand on strong legacy. They're not going to claim hip hop. They're going to come and use our culture, and they'll go claim their culture. You know, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, oh, no, hip hop ain't my culture. I'm really Nigerian. Right. Yeah, I'm really Jamaican. I'm really British. I'm really German. I'm really Thailand. I'm really Japanese. I'm really there. So you come and you take from our culture and go back and say, okay, but I'm really Japan. I'm really Japanese. Right. No, that's got to come to a stop. If you are hip hop, be hip hop. Right. Be hip hop. You don't have to disrespect your culture or disrespect your ancestors. We know you Japanese. We know you're French. We know you're African or you know, Ghanaian or, you know, whatever. We know that. Okay, we see it. But recognize the Bronx right now. Okay, recognize New York right now. Okay, recognize African-American genius right now. Okay, recognize that right now. Don't just go in India and use our culture in India and with no respect, no nothing, we just Indians now using the culture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I can't go and just use your culture, right?
No.
I can't use your culture like that. I had to go study. My nickname, my name is Krishna. Okay, I got this name from being in the shelter studying with the Hare Krishnas. Could you imagine me with the name Krishna saying something out my mouth that was contrary to Krishna? Okay, the whole Hindu community would be on my back right now. How you taking our culture, naming yourself our culture, and then you gonna be up here acting like our culture ain't acting? They would come after me, and probably violently. Okay, you can't disrespect Jewish culture. Just say, "Oh, I'm Jewish. I'm gonna wear a yarmulke," and just say, "I'm Jewish because I'm wearing the yarmulke."
Right.
And I'm gonna talk all type of craziness that Jews don't even talk. Okay, and this is Jewish, y'all. This is Jewish. Me with a hoodie on, and this is the new Jewish, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy, some Jews may agree. They be like, "Yeah, you know what? That hoodie." You know, because Jews are hip hop too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appealing to those who are participating in the culture. Hindus, Mumbai is crazy with hip hop in India. Shout out to everybody in Mumbai right now who's holding hip hop down right now. Shout out to all of y'all. But don't forget where this culture comes from. Don't forget who your teachers are. And this is what happened with the pyramids in Egypt and Kemet. This is what happened with the coming forth by day and by night, or known as the Dead Sea Scrolls. This is what happened to our ancient civilization. We freely gave it to everybody. Said, "Yo, come on and be part of this, man. This is about humanity. Come on and be part." So everybody comes and be parts of our thing. Then they take it back to their culture and manipulate it in their culture, then say they did it.
Right.
They say, "We did this," generations later, where everybody forgets. Now we did it. And now your children is from the family of the originators of this thing. They can't even get a job in these people's community. They can't even live in these people's community. They can't even set up a business in these people's community. But they took your legacy and put it in their culture. And this is my argument. This brings me around to my books. If I could go ahead and
say, wait. Hold up. All right. I'm gonna stop you right there, because we have got to do another one.
Yes.
We can. I have no problem, but we got to do another one, because first of all, I have to get into the book. I got to read the book. I got to at least touch base with it.
You just got it today.
Yeah, I just got. Man, listen, KRS, you in my top 5, top 10, everything, all of it. I got to use the bathroom. I'm keeping it real with you. I got to use the bathroom.
Take a break. Let's just take a break. Come back right now.
Well, I actually
cut it right.
Keeping it real with you. I have an affair to tend to.
Yes.
But listen, dead serious with you. We can pick this up at any point that works for y'all.
Oh, so I'm sorry. So Simone is telling me about when Cardi B did this image for Reebok.
Which one?
See that?
The pink one?
Yeah, the with the arms. Hold on.
Okay. That's the what is that? I know it's Indian.
It's a sneaker or something.
Okay.
I can't get it. I can't get it on the thing.
I can see it though. It's like emulating. I don't exactly know.
It's emulating Shiva, the goddess with all the arms. And Simone was saying that Cardi B caught a lot of flack, a lot of pushback on this, because the Hindus said you can't use our culture like this. You can't just take our gods and cartoon them. In that sense, and I don't think Cardi B was even doing all of that. But the point of the matter is that why is, and it's funny that Simone would bring this up, that it's funny that we're talking about Hindu culture, And how, as an example, and Simone brings a real example and real evidence into the situation. They won't allow you to use Hindu culture in any way you see fit. And here's a Cardi B actual evidence on this. But yet in India, they use in hip hop any way they see fit, including putting Shiva on our culture. Okay, so it's like, we'll cut it off at that. If we got to do this again. We got to do this again. You got a lot to cut and deal with. And,
yeah, look, now I see it. Yeah, listen. Here's the deal. Oh, our door is open. Anytime you want to talk, man. We grew up on you. We respect you. I did a reggae rap because of you at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I knew nothing about reggae whatsoever, and I was doing reggae raps. Just keep it there. But what we'll do from here is we'll do our thing, because we can't run 3 straight hours.
No, you got to do you.
We gonna slice it up for YouTube. YouTube will be longer, and then Instagram will be shorter and lead to the longer interview. But I'll arrange with Simone a follow up that gets more into the book and really whatever else we can talk to, man. But listen, you and Chuck D all day, bro. Like y'all all day. I mean.
Dizzle
never stop. I never get tired of it. I never get. I literally have to be somewhere at 8:30, or else I'm gonna be in big trouble.
That's it. We out. Yo, I'll send you all the other information. We should talk in a minute, because when these books drop, they're gonna cause the uproar.
Okay.
And so you should really also be able to see the comments as well as it rolls out. You'll see what it is. Although you're putting this out on Monday, I think it's Monday. I think you said you was going to try to do it for Monday. The books would have already been out. They're coming out this week, this weekend, tomorrow, the next day, and so on. So again, if you could shout it out in some kind of way, even a written thing.
We'll do like a news type of story or something like that.
Anything.
Yeah, and then we'll follow up. We'll do like a basic news story, who, what, why, when, where, how, blah blah blah, and then we'll do a follow up, and then we'll do an interview, quote, chew, blah blah blah. And if
Hip Hop Appreciation Week is coming up, we probably should do it not in May, but maybe closer to May. It'll be I'll be very active during those times.
Okay.
We didn't talk about the shows at all.
The shows in COVID, you mean?
Yeah, shows within COVID. I got ideas for us to eat. I'm doing them myself.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to go on tour this summer. We gonna tour. We might be the only ones out there touring.
No. You know what? Greg actually wanted me to mention that. So I'm gonna let Greg go ahead and cut to you, and you just go ahead and explain what you're doing in COVID as far as touring is concerned.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Should I just talk now?
Yeah, go ahead and tell us.
Well, this is, in terms of touring, the issue is social distancing, and even more than the mask, even more than the mask is the distance that you could keep from people. So what I want to impart to most of the MCs, DJs, those out there, is that this is not a time for us to stop thinking. This is a thinking time. This is an intellectual time for us to think our way. You get challenges, not to shirk from them, but to rise to them. So we start with the social distancing, meaning that, like me, for instance, I'm going to start touring sometime around May, June, sometime around there. People's like, how could you tour? What is it? The pandemic and this, that, and the other, and so on. And of course, we respect that mask and we respect that social distancing. And if you are up to going to get this vaccine, go ahead and get your vaccine, get that done. Do whatever you can do to protect yourself against disease and sickness. But when it comes to us thinking past that, okay, this is where I'm at right now. One of the things I want to implore to everybody that's out there right now, if you are MC, spend some money on a broadcast machine. This is how we're doing. I'm offering this to you as well. Broadcast machine. What is a broadcast machine? It is, and that is not a broadcast machine, it's just a broadcast module. Some as low as $250. Others go up to $3,000 based on how far you want to broadcast. But put your attention over on the drive-in theaters. Think about a drive-in theater. When you go to a drive-in theater, you pull your car up and you turn to a certain station and you get to hear the movie through the car. Well, now apply that to your live performance. You don't have to go to an outdoor theater to get this done. What you do is you buy the broadcast module that the same one that the drive-in theaters use. And it's a small module, and the cheaper ones are the ones that have the least amount of broadcast. So you buy the cheapest one that you can get, because you don't want your show broadcast to the whole city or to the whole neighborhood. You really want to control a large area, like a parking lot in that area. So this is what I'm going to be doing in May, June, coming up into the summer. We're going to be in areas where you stay in your car or stand next to your car, and you can hear me perform on a stage. You can see me and you can hear me perform on stage, but the real bulk of the music is going to come through your car. It's going to come through your car stereo, because what I have is the broadcast module that directs the sound from the movie screen to your car. So remember, you don't need to go to the movie, the drive-in movie and perform at the drive-in movie. Just get the module, get the machine, plug that into your mixer, plug it into your mixer or whatever, your board or whatever is broadcasting the show. And you can perform for your audience in their car, So we're in compliance with the state, because you could stay in your car with the door shut. Window up or whatever it is. Stay in your car. You're safe. You're in your car. It's social distance. You're in your car. Plus, you can see the performance and turn it up as loud as you want in your car. And everybody else is doing the same thing as well. So you're gonna hear the music coming out of everybody's car, blasting out of everybody's car. And I'm performing right there. So this is going to be my tour coming up. It's going to be a car tour. I'm going to ask you to, instead of say ho, I'm going to say honk your horn, flash your lights. Krs-One just about to rock the mic. And I'm going to get on, and we're going to do it just like that. So those that want to find out more about this, go to krs-one.com. krs-one.com, and you can find out where these tour dates are going to be. But for the rest of the MCs and DJs out there, consider this. Go get the module. Go online, look up the broadcast modules, and consider buying one for yourself and broadcasting your show to cars,